Hello, let's talk about adjusting your wheel. We get a lot of questions about basically three things. One is the wheel won't stay tilted the way that you want it to stay. Two is your hedgehog is sliding off the wheel. And three is the waste is not running off the wheel like it should be. So let's adjust the first one. The first one is usually easy to fix, and it's usually because these joints back here are not tightened correctly. And again, this will be a little bit close, so I don't have an extra hand. But you can see how loose and floppy this is. It just pushes it, so if you had a hedgehog on here, it would just fall forward. So to fix this, it's real simple. All you want to do is grab it with both hands, one hand here, and push them together. Push it in towards the middle. Push this in towards the middle. So you're pushing these legs farther into this T, and that should tighten this down. So then when your hedgehog gets on it, he's not going anywhere. At least the wheel isn't. The other question we get is, why is my hedgehog falling off of this? The biggest culprit for that is the tilt right here. If you'll notice, the running surface is not anywhere close to parallel to the ground, which you don't really want it parallel because then the waste will run off. But you also don't want it so that the hedgehog is sliding off the front of it. So how do we fix this? This one's easy too. The easiest way to tilt it back and get it even is to lay your arm across it so the legs are anchored to the ground. Put one hand on the top of the stand here and pull back so it tilts back. Okay, so, and if you'll notice when I did that, I may have gone too far. I like to look at it even with the legs and get slightly less than parallel, so it's slightly tilted down. And you'll have to play with this because a heavier hedgehog is gonna bend it forward more a little bit, and they might slide off more. Mr. Quill, who usually runs on this wheel, is really light, so he barely moves this wheel, barely bends it forward any, so he might be okay like this. And if you set it and you notice that the waist isn't running off and he isn't running off either, you might want to just try this again. Put your hand here, put the other hand here, and push it forward just a little bit. Overcorrected. It's just tiny, tiny increments. Back and forth. And this is basically the same adjustment you make if the waist is not running off, only the opposite direction. So usually if the waist isn't running off, it's because it's tilted too far back. And a lot of people will tilt it too far back because they think that that's how they keep their hedgehog from falling off. And it's really not. You really want it just slightly, like if this is parallel, you want just slightly forward. So play with it. Don't glue it. Don't glue your joints so that they stay in place. You want to be able to adjust it, especially if your hedgehog gains or loses weight and the wheel doesn't flex as much here. I hear a lot of people gluing it. That's not the best. Even if you find a place you like, that's not always the best option, and you want to be able to take it apart and clean it. And you know, if you get water in there, it might get mildewy. You want to be able to clean inside there. Don't glue it. So just adjust it back and forth. If it gets loose, make sure you push in all the joints together. My hands are dirty. I was building stuff. Grease on them. They're not usually that bad. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll try to answer them. If this, there's my little stand for my phone. If that didn't answer them, if you have any problems that I can help with, let me know. If you have any ideas for a video, let me know. Thank you.